My name is Jyoti Karunga. I'm pursuing BSc Honours Biotechnology from Graphic Era Deemed to be University. Today, in this video, I'm going to explain the topic complement system. In complement system, the complement are the complement proteins which are designated from C1 to C9, which helps in the lysis of bacterial cell membrane by forming the membrane attack complex. Complement system are the part of innate immune system, which enhances or activates the antibody to wipe out the pathogens or any damaged cells. It includes more than 30 plus proteins. It is a part of innate immune system but can also be activated through acquired immune system. Talking about the functions of the complement system. First, it helps in the lysis of bacterial cell membrane. Second, it helps in opsonization. Third, it aids in inflammation. Fourth, it helps in immune clearance too. So, these are the major functions of the complement system. Now, talking about the component system. The component of complement system are, it has got the protein from C1 to C9. Second, it needs antibody in the classical pathway. Third, it needs factor B, factor D and the propagine protein in the alternative pathway. Third, it needs lectin in lectin pathway, and further it needs MASP1 or MASP2 proteins. Now, talking about the activation of the complement proteins. The complement proteins are always in inactive form. So, it can only be activated whenever they cleave into their smaller or larger fragments. Like complement proteins are activated in smaller fragments which is designated with A and larger fragment which is designated with B. So let us take an example of C3 protein. Whenever C3 protein is cleaved, it cleaved into C3A and C3B. C3A that is smaller, which is always in inactive form, and C3B which is larger, it will be always in active form. But there is an exception, like in C2 protein case. It always cleaved into C2A and C2B. But here C2A is a larger and active fragment and C2B is a smaller and inactive fragment. And whenever C1 is cleaved, it cleaved into C1q, R2 and S2. So, furthermore, if we classify the complement system, it can be driven into three pathways. We have got classical pathway, alternative pathway and lectin pathway. All these three pathways meet at C3 activation, and then we got the same pathway, that is common pathway, is followed by three pathways. So first, let us discuss about the classical pathway. This pathway is the antibody dependent pathway. The whole process is first initiated with the micromembrane. First, in the microbial membrane, the antibody gets attached. Here, the antibody would be IgM or IgG. Then C1 protein will act and comes into an action in the form of C1 complex. C1 complex, that is C1q, R2 and S2. So, this complex whenever binds to an antibody, it gets activated and cleaves C4 protein and C2 protein. First, it will cleave C4 protein into C4A and C4B. Then it will cleave C2 protein into C2A and C2B. Thus, C4B2A will combine each other, forming in complex C4B2A, and which will act as C3 convertase. As the name suggests, C3 convertase. C3 will act upon C3. C3 convertase will act upon C3, which will convert C3 into C3A and C3B. Now, C3B being a larger and the active fragment will bind to a C3 convertase, forming in complex C4B 2A 3B complex, which act as C5 convertase. Now, C5 convertase will act upon C5, which will convert C5A and C5B. C5B being a larger and active fragment will now enter into the pathogen membrane, as you can see in the diagram. Okay, now C5B have entered in the pathogen membrane. It will recruit the other proteins such as C6 and C7 proteins. Now it has recruited C6 and C7 protein. It will form in complex C5B67 complex. Now this complex will recruit another C8 name protein. Now the complex is formed C5B678 protein. Now this complex has an ability to polymerize the C9 protein. So now the polymerization of C9 protein take place. As a result, we see the poly C9 enter into the pathogen membrane and forms a pore into the bacterial surface by forming membrane attack complex. Now membrane attack complex, through this membrane attack complex, there is an influx of calcium ions and exchange of many electrolytes which results in the bursting of the cell membrane of the pathogen through the osmotic lysis. So this is how the complement system works with the classical pathway. Now, talking about the alternative pathway. This process is antibody independent pathway. Now this whole process is initiated with the C3 complement protein, which is present in the plasma. It undergoes the spontaneous hydrolysis, as you can see in the diagram. Spontaneous hydrolysis, it forms C3H2O. In a meanwhile, factor B is cleaved through the factor D in the form of BB and BE, and BB will bind to the C3H2O, by forming a fluid phase C3 convertase, which is unstable as it works only with a few C3 molecules. Now, as a name C3 convertase, it will convert C3 into C3A and C3B. This C3B will combine with the BB and forming the stable C3 convertase of the alternative pathway. Now, C3 convertase, as the name suggests, C3 will convert C3A and C3B. This C3B will bind with the C3 convertase by the propagin proteins. Okay, now the C5 convertase have formed. C5 convertase, as the name suggests, will act upon C5 and convert C5A and C5B. And being a larger and active fragment, C5B will enter into the pathogen membrane and will recruit C6 and C7 proteins, forming a complex C5B6-7 complex. And then this complex will recruit C8 protein, now forming the complex C5B6-7-8 complex. Now, this whole complex have a capability, or you can say have a major ability to polymerize the C9 protein. And as a result, the poly C9 protein have entered into the pathogen membrane and form a pore into the pathogen membrane by forming the membrane attack complex. Now, membrane attack complex have formed. There is the influx of calcium ions, exchange of electrolytes, which results in the bursting of the cell membrane of the pathogen through the osmotic lysis. So, this is how the alternative pathway works in the complement system. So, let us now discuss the third pathway, that is lectin pathway. First of all, let me tell you, it is also an antibody independent pathway. Lectin pathway. This whole process is initiated with the pathogen membrane. Here, you can see in the diagram there is a microbe. There is a carbohydrate attached in a form of mannose in its membrane. Then, there is another term that is lectin, which has the capability to bind with the mannose and form as a term known as mannose binding lectin, that is MBL. Now to this MASP1 and MASP2 gets bind together, forming a C1-like complex and acts like C1QR2S2 of classical pathway. Now this C1-like complex acts upon complement proteins like C4 proteins and C2 proteins, which will cleave C4 proteins first and then C2 protein further. C4 protein into C4A and C4B, and C2 protein into C2A and C2B, forming in complex C4B2A, which acts like C3 convertase. As the name suggests, C3 convertase, it will convert C3 into C3A and C3B, forming in complex C4B2A3B complex, which acts like C5 convertase. As the name suggests, C5 convertase, it will act upon C5, which will convert C5 into C5A and C5B. C5B, being a larger and the active fragment, will now enter into the pathogen membrane and will recruit C6 and C7 protein, forming in complex C5B6-7 complex. Now, C5B6-7 complex will recruit another protein, that is C8 protein, forming in complex C5B6-7-8 complex. Now, this complex have a capability to polymerize the C9 protein. Poly C9 protein will now enter into the pathogen membrane by forming a pore into the bacterial surface and by forming a membrane attack complex. Through this membrane attack complex, there is the influx of calcium ions and exchange of electrolytes, which results in the bursting of the cell membrane through the osmotic lysis. So, this is how the complement system works with the lectin pathway. Thank you.